Sounds amazing. I don't really understand why the face. It must be the back side, huh? For some reason, the back side of the face just fucking hates me. You know what's crazy is I tested it like multiple times before I just went live, and it worked every time. And the moment that we go live to play, it stops working. It just confuses the shit out of me. I don't get it. There we go. So it is just that back piece. Ivy, there she is. Ivy, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. See what I mean? Like, what is going on with this? But this is working consistently, right? But something is wrong with the face. It works for a second and then it doesn't work. Is it plugged in? Like, what is it? Plugged in right here. All right, let me just add a couple pieces of tape that I know for sure are, like, fresh and connecting, and then hopefully that works. I'm all right, working per usual. How's work been though? How have you been? Gonna work now, right? I swear to God, if I get these knives and it stops working, I'm gonna be irritated. So we know that it's gotta be... God. Why? Why? What is this button? Dodge. It seems like it's just when I use the knives, though. Like, working super consistent, grab the knives. The knives. Work. And then stop working. Do you think that... There's no fucking way, dude. Do you think that I sweat so much yesterday that I actually, like, destroyed the tape? I don't have enough tape to fix that if that's the case. Mudding my way through, good. Super unfortunate and annoying, and I don't really know what to do about it. I can try to use the gloves. Okay. That works even less good. No, there's some... Okay, no. There is something actually just fucked up with the tape on the face, because it's not working with my hands again. I have one idea left. I'm thinking maybe we have to use another wire base. Alright, let's see if that works. I need like multiple consistent. Pretty promising. Pretty promising, I'd say. What do we think? I gotta order some tape tonight. That's what I think. Okay, I think I got it. Love to comment on your video, but I want to see you kick Vader's ass with a lightsaber. We're gonna do that soon. That's actually been on the agenda. Alright. I think I fixed it. But I probably will need to put some tape on this to make sure this stays there. You're telling me that they made a cutscene for the lion, but they didn't make a cutscene for R'hllana?
From higher sphere delivered.
Queen, welcome in.
Inside the
Can't wait to see more Marvel Rivals content. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was super hard because I needed to use a Joy-Con to aim in my hand while I was punching. I was punching and using the Joy-Con to control the camera, and it was just super fucking tricky. But I would like to do more too. We also have we have a VR treadmill getting in next Wednesday or Thursday. Can you kill real human? Why would I ever want to do that? Let me guess, you're a 12-year-old. That's a 12-year-old kind of question. I'm already dead, huh? Oh my god. Alright. Hey, Dojo, pretty good round one, huh? Pretty good first round, I'd say. Pretty promising for the day. Pretty promising start. If I've ever seen one. Oh, it's for all the people that say this is fake. What a fucking asshole. Oh my god! Alright, the first thing I've got to do is see if these gloves work. I can already feel from yesterday that there's a blister forming on my hand. You're thinking, that can't be that bad. Dude, the moment you get a blister doing something like this, it takes you out from like multiple sessions. Let me see if the gloves work. They do. For business, boom, beautiful. Love to see that. Love to see that. What I don't love is that sprint isn't working. Alright, let's try. I have a feeling the gloves are not gonna work. feels a little bit more delayed with the gloves on. It's just not working on every strike. Okay. I'm bummed that I just run out of this fucking tape so fast, dude. I think we have to go no gloves. But if I do feel a blister coming on, then we're kind of screwed because I have no more tape to cover the gloves with. Let me just see if the sprint works with the gloves off.
I could really eat some tacos right now. Oh, I can just taste it in my mouth. Oh.
No, it's the knives. It's the knives for sure. So the knives work for clicks, but they don't work for holds. Okay. My solution is that I'm gonna have to use my hand to sprint. And to dodge, probably. Are you fucking... I hate this guy, dude. Oh my god. Technical difficulties will just be the one thing that always makes Bob a pain in my ass to do. Like anything but punching, huh? Queen, appreciate the jewels, thank you. I'll tell you what, the sporadic camera on this guy definitely does not help me. Alright, let's ask the Skadu. I need a list. I need a list of all the Skadu fragments that are recommended for every boss. I don't know if they have a list like that online, but we're gonna need one. Hate this boss with a passion. He's annoying. Key, how we doing? Good to see you in here. There's one on Google. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We're gonna have to actually reset the game on this one. Does anybody know what I should do for Scotty right now? I don't have any control to go online because I'm on multiple PCs. I don't know if anybody in chat knows what our Scotty blessing should be. But I'm not gonna have to look it up, so if nobody knows, I will have to make guesses. I'm gonna start with 3. Like 5 to 7? Not a lot? Yeah, it's definitely lower. Now sprinting works. Now sprinting works good. I'll never get it. Really? Thought I dodged the last one. Watched you whoop a boss earlier. You know what blows me away is just how many people love to come. We've got some like legitimate dojo haters. They'll thumbs down the video fast, and then we get multiple comments that just say it's fake. And I'm pretty sure that they follow me too. So every time they see one of my posts, they just downvote it and then say that it's fake. It's kind of insane. I hate this guy. So better. It's really lame, but to make someone rage that hard is funny. I get some wow comments on YouTube. Some guy went across like 4 of my videos and was like, I'm gonna find you in real life and beat the shit out of you, basically. Like, across multiple videos. Like, I'm gonna expose you for the phony that you are. They call me a menace. When I find you, I'm just like, holy shit, dude. Are we good? Are we okay? Yeah, I honestly feel like this weapon set is not that great against this boss. When I come out of my roll and I do my attack, it seems like the range of it is just missing every time. They're always bluffing. Oh, for sure. I mean, they're definitely bluffing. I don't think they're bluffing about, like, thinking that they can do that. But they're not going to actually come hunt me down. I got no worry about that. Misfire. My god, I don't fucking like this guy. Love the added sounds while hitting. You do realize that's a fighter thing, right? It's not adding sounds for the sake of making it sound cool. That kills me in one hit, just about. Let's add another Scadu. I don't like this boss at all, dude. It's funny because when I first played this boss, I liked it on controller, but man, when I play bosses on Bob, there's a very select few amount of bosses that I go, this boss is really fun on this setup. I think any boss that has weird kind of camera control is Bob's weak point. Carolina, I've already beaten the whole game on the punching dummy, including Consort Radom. We're just using knives this time. So fucking lame. But like the idea, a bunch of dudes in parade costumes is just funny to me. Oh, like controlling this thing? Yeah. How do I not dodge that attack? Oh, fuck me, dude. Who's holding masks? I don't think it is, Dash. I think they make it look like it's a bunch of guys holding it, but I think it's actually some fucking creature. It's some, like, deranged creature. I might be wrong. I thought I looked under it one time, or there's like a glitch that looked under it. And it is a bunch of people's legs, and I just think it's like... Am I wrong about that? Maybe I'm wrong. Mikey, welcome in. How we doing? Good to see you in here. Wonderful. Closer, 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 closer. I agree, Shane. I agree. Vagabond, welcome in. Mikey, appreciate the resub. Thank you so much for the prime. I appreciate you. There you go, Mikey. One more. I don't know how I am not dodging some of these fucking attacks. But it's just so hard to even see my character with this giant lion, I'm gonna be honest. Again. Welcome in, Captain Fish. Jojo, I'm just excited to get this treadmill because I feel like we're gonna have way less technical difficulties. I'm like really a lot of accumulated just kind of being fed up with 500 technical difficulties with this setup. It is Cat Fiora, yeah. What? I hate that I even started this boss. I should have just gone straight to Alana and Bale. I mean, the Omni is just so much more expensive. That's why I didn't do it. Like, significantly more money. Just depends on your budget, I think, you know? I love the fucking camera on this guy, dude. Holy shit. Oh, wow. Man. This might be more comfortable. I mean, yeah, Hawk, people are just... This sounds so mean of me. But people are just losers. They're just losers that live chronically online and just have no fucking life. I know that sounds mean, but it's just the fucking truth. Like, if you're gonna live chronically online, then don't be an asshole, you know? I've not much sympathy for it. To be honest, they probably know it's real, but don't want to admit it. They just want to be trolls. Hey, look, I try to be a pretty nice person for the most part. But the reality is most of these people that talk mad shit and are trolls online are insecure losers. And I know it sounds mean, but somebody's got to fucking say it about them. You know, sometimes an insecure loser that's an asshole to people just needs to be called an insecure loser that's insecure about themselves, so they project onto other people. They look in the mirror and hopefully do something about themselves and get off the internet. Like, the reality is if you're doing shit with your life, you don't have leftover energy to go online and just be a piece of shit. It's just a reality, right? Like, if you're pursuing your passions, you're hustling and working, you've got a social group, and you're kind of doing everything you can to just be on top of your life. Do not have the leftover energy to go online and just be a troll. So either it's two things. It's a 12-year-old that's super young and doesn't have a life, or it's like a 30 to 40-year-old fucking washed up loser that does nothing with their life. And they go online and they're so unhappy that when they see other people succeeding, they just gotta try to tear them down. Either way, the result is the same. Both groups of people are not really worth giving any attention to. That I will say. And I know it's kind of mean, like I try to be nice to everybody and be understanding of people's positions in life and that you might be going through some shit, you know, you're in your 30s, you're going through a hard time. I really do try to be nice, but when you're tearing other people down because you're unhappy, I got like no real sympathy for that. Like, just, you're a fucking loser. I've been through shit, and I'll tell you what, like when I was going through hard times in my life, my answer wasn't, I'm gonna just project this onto other people and tear them down. My answer was, I should probably work on myself. And I think the more that we baby these people that are fucking assholes and try to be nice to everybody, the more they're just gonna keep doing it. Like, somebody's gotta say it. Somebody's just gotta say you're an idiot, you're a loser, get a life, you know? Somebody's gotta give them the reality check. I feel like I misfired right there. Wow, I didn't get that dodge, huh? I'm dead. Yep. White Wolf, welcome in. Goji, welcome in. Sometimes people just need, like, to be roughed up a little bit. I hate to say it like that. You know, it's like Mike Tyson once said, like, people are comfortable saying stuff till they get punched in the mouth. I'm not saying to punch people in the mouth. What I am saying is sometimes rolling over and showing your belly when somebody's being an asshole to you just allows that behavior to continue, and then they just feel justified. Like, there's been a couple situations in my life where I've been in public places and there's just been an asshole present making a huge scene in front of everybody, and because everybody feels too afraid to say anything or do anything, they go on and do that everywhere they go. The moment that they get confronted and somebody just is like, basically, you're an idiot, and blah, I have to say it like that. I'm probably being a little harsh. But when I've confronted these people, 90% of the time they're shocked. They're shocked. And I'm just that type of person. If I'm in a public place and somebody, some 35, 45-year-old person is yelling at this like 17-year-old girl who's at the cash register, I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna say, that's inappropriate, stop doing that. And they can respond however they want to me, but the chances are is that they're just gonna say, you're gonna back down, you know? 90% of the time they back down. I just wouldn't recommend you do that because I don't want you guys getting hurt trying to do the right thing. I just don't really care. White Wolf, appreciate the 20 stream streak. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was bullied all through high school. Year 9, I snapped and finally hit the bully. It never bothered me again. Just the reality of bullies. Bullies are only strong because people don't do anything about it. 90% of the time. Frank, welcome, and I hope you're doing well. I mean, that's the thing, Tyler. Like, I value what's doing right over anything all the time. And I just don't recommend people do that because I don't want you putting yourselves in danger. But I just, it's like, what kind of person do you want to be at the end of the day? The type of person that did the right thing, or the type of person that was too afraid to do the right thing because they didn't want to get hurt, or they didn't want to get in a tricky situation? I would personally prefer to do the right thing every single time. But that's just what I value in life, right? Everybody's different. Everybody has their fight that they fight, and it's not always a fight like that. Sometimes it's just different. You know, I wouldn't expect everybody to do that. For me, it doesn't really affect me that much. It just, you know, I've dealt with a lot of assholes in my life, and most of them are the same. I broke my wire. I broke my wire. Hold on. I can't even believe that I just snapped that thing. I didn't even fucking feel it snap. Hopefully this works. That is super annoying. Yeah, I looked down at my wire, it's just, my lock-on button wasn't working. I looked down at my wires, it snapped. Must have wrapped on my toe or something when I walked over, guys. I also find the moment one person makes a stand, others will follow, right? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? It just takes that one person who is willing to do the right thing. But, like, the sad reality is, like, most people are too anxious to do the right thing or afraid to do the right thing. And the thing is like, this is what you need to understand, right? Oh my god. This is what you need to understand. When I have stood up to people who are doing the wrong thing, I've never, at any point, not felt anxiety about it. To the point where sometimes I'm like, my hand is shaking, so anxious. And there's no shame in feeling anxiety about stuff. But bravery and being courageous isn't about whether or not you feel anxiety when you do something. It's about whether you feel anxiety and you feel afraid, but you still do the right thing, regardless of that. That, to me, is more courageous than the person that is numb to feeling fear. But we all feel it. Trust me, like, whenever there's been that situation where you're afraid to step up and do something and stand up for something that's right, everybody feels that. Everybody feels that way. There's no difference between the way that you're probably feeling and the person that ended up standing up feels. They probably feel just as anxious as you. The difference is that, like, they're not controlled by that feeling, right? They're more out, I'm not gonna talk bad about people who are afraid to stand up, because I get it. But to kind of back up the people that stand up for what's right, regardless of feeling that way, they're just not allowing that feeling to take control. I hate this attack, dude. Okay. Guy's honestly whooping my ass, dude. Holy shit. Ah! Just finish me. I want to redo it. I broke my bully's nose and he left everyone alone after that. You're amazing, my guy. 100% spitting facts. I appreciate that. Here's the thing, like, I do not condone for violence of any kind. And I wish that we lived in a world where everybody had enough wisdom and emotional maturity to not have outbursts in public places or in private against people that don't deserve that, and they have such little control over their own fragile ego or just impulses that they take it out on people that do not deserve it. I wish we live in a world where people didn't have such crazy ego that, you know, but we do. The reality is we do, and the reality is good people are always the victims of those types of individuals, and they will continue to be the victims of those types of individuals unless people have the courage to stand up to them or to leave those situations. I think the saddest part is the people that stay with really toxic individuals, like in a relationship or friendship. And they just justify that person's behavior over and over and over and over and over again. And it's like, man, that person found the sweetest person who they can basically just do anything to. But you know, the reality of bullies they're just super insecure. They're super insecure about themselves. That's why they act that way. Because the only way that they can feel like they aren't insecure is by making somebody else feel smaller so they feel bigger. Man, going right into that. I might die here. Fuck! Man, pulling out to heal is hard on this boss. I got in so many fights because my brother got bullied hard in junior high and high school. And let me guess, your brother was a sweetie pie. Let me guess, your brother was a sweetie pie, probably had a super soft heart and kind soul. Isn't it? It's a sad reality. I used to get in fights all the time, but I stopped when I got serious about martial arts, but mostly I got in fights with bullies. I was the same way, Monster. I was that guy that would, like, when I was a kid growing up, I would always confront the bully. And I got my nose broken a couple times because of it. You know? And it was never something that I was excited to go do. I just cannot watch people be mistreated. I just can't do it. I just can't. I'm incapable of sitting by and doing nothing. You know, this is what it is. Bad thing is 0%. Bad thing is that this is a 0% of chance nowadays. About what, Perry? My brother doesn't have a mean bone in his body exactly. Remember back in school, one of the popular kids used my kindness so I could pretty much. You know, you ever watch those TV shows or movies where that's exactly how it is? There's like the super nice kid and then the bully that just treats them like shit, but they're kind of friends. They get that from real life. I just can't see a single thing when he does that. I'm dead. I don't like this boss. I can't get enough distance on this rig to have the camera work in my favor. I feel like the camera is my biggest enemy on this. Lando, you could also just get out of here and do something with yourself. Listen, man, I'm in no hungry enough need of you to be here. Switch to UK style is crazy. You can always tell when a person was born in 2008 or later. I fucking hate this guy, dude. Yeah, when we get past this guy, we'll have some fun with Rolana. I think Rolana's gonna be a lot of fun with these blades. In fact, I'm almost tempted to leave this guy, but I'll feel like I lost this fight if I do. Sensei, I'm reporting for duty. Giffy, welcome in. Elden Ring is already hard by itself. You are the chosen one. I appreciate that. I thought it ended up being my best friend, just some misguided young man with no way to let out his feelings. Here's the thing, like, it's I have sympathy for people that are like that when they're like in middle school. But, you know, when they get to high school, that's kind of where I start to lose my sympathy for it. Because it's just like, dude, you're fucking at that age. And again, I was always a little ahead of my years. But in my opinion, it's like, I feel like when you get to high school... Nice, I can't sprint again. Love it. Oh my god. I literally cannot see anything. Lauren, welcome in. Appreciate that, Jiffy. The brain doesn't stop growing until age 25. I get that. But the brain, if you're kind of... If you're not a piece of shit, the brain should get past bullying when you're like 10 years old. I'm just being honest. That's coming from a guy that was a PE coach for years. But I get it. Sometimes, you know, a kid doesn't have a mentor to guide them. But still, morality and knowing that hurting people that don't deserve to be hurt because your life is rough. A lot of us kids grew up with rough lives, and we weren't bullies. You know what I mean? We weren't pieces of shit. If a person changes their ways, though, I'm always, you know, that's great. That's great. And I think that people deserve a chance to do the right thing and to grow and to be better. That being said, you know, plenty of people that had really shitty lives and didn't take it out on people. Wow. I can't sprint! It's not letting me sprint anymore. Maverick, welcome in. I say high school, junior high is awful. Even the teachers are awful. They are! Half the teachers don't know how to work with kids either. I have a lot of people, I just have a lot of problems with humanity. Love humanity. You'll never find somebody that loves humans and hates humans as much as me. But yeah, I've worked with teachers over the years that would pull kids by the arms and like, I'm telling you, nobody understands how bad that industry is. But the school system and the after-school care, especially the after-school care system, I would never trust my child at an after-school care, ever. Ever. After some of the shit that I've seen. I never would. I just don't know what to do about that attack. And I can't sprint. Look at, like I'm holding sprint down, he's just not sprinting. I have to use my fist again. Jin, welcome in, how we doing? I just don't know how it would work, Wizzy. Yeah, see, this is doing, it's, so there's just nothing happening with the knife. What about this? I can sprint with the left for now, I guess. I'm about to leave this boss dojo. Did you just teabag me? Johnny, welcome in. How we doing? The big problem really is just that like now the sprinting is working fine on the knife. There's something up with my setup today. Between the face and the solar plexus, because like now it's working fine. You know what I mean? A second ago it literally wouldn't let me. There it is. There it is. Radon? What? What? Damn. I'm not having fun on this one. I'm gonna have to just fight this super boring. Not a lot of stabs. Just need to get through it. It's gonna be meticulous. I can't have much fun on this fight. Fine. Never mind, this fight fucking sucks. Come on. My mind is there. What are you trying to do? I hope nobody watching takes any techniques for knives. I'm literally playing. I would love to see you get on and play an Elden Ring boss like this. I'd love to see it. But the reality is you've been under your covers all day on a Saturday with your hand down your pants. My advice would be get your hand out from your pants and go do something. I can't sprint, huh? Oh, God. Doodle, you didn't have to feel so insecure that you write a paragraph. I'm not gonna read that. Raising another dagger. Perry, we're gonna just keep doing what we're doing. I appreciate it. Yes, we got it with the boxing rig. Indeed, indeed. We do a video with your Elden Ring journey? I'm not completely sure. Massive congratulations. I appreciate that. I mean, Doodle, there's no way you do when you're acting like, either you're acting like a 12-year-old and you're 30, or you're a 12-year-old. It's one of the two. And I'm gonna lean towards you're a 12-year-old and this stream is probably a little bit too much for you. I'm seeing it pop up over a few days, so here it's done is crazy. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Oh, that's even worse than I thought, Doodle. That's even worse than I could have ever imagined. What are you doing on YouTube Vertical at 50 years old talking like that? If the SD masks work at all, they'd be perfect for the weapons at least. Let me know, let me know. Are you so upset? I'm not the one writing a paragraph over there. That is you, my friend. I might just add another one. I'm gonna let myself die real fast. Let's add 2 more scatters. You find the knives easier? They were nice for Moog, but honestly for this fight it's kind of a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie. But this fight on Bob is just a pain in the ass in general because it's hard to see what's going on with the camera. And because I don't have camera control, it just makes it all kind of rough. Let's just go 7. And if we end up wanting to go up to... I don't think we'll have to go higher than that. The Makey should arrive on Monday. That's exciting, Monster. You're gonna have to let me know how it goes. Charlie, how we doing? Welcome in, Charlie. Are you in the bay? I'm assuming you are. Happy Saturday, happy Saturday. Sarah's lounging on the couch. Very nice, very nice. You're more in shape than when you started? For sure, for sure, for sure. Lexi, welcome in. Girl, welcome in. Gonna be so far behind. I wouldn't worry about it, Charlie. How are you today, Sensei? Hope the battles with the blades are going the best. I need more tape. It sucks. Like, I just don't know how possible it's gonna be because the tape on the blades is getting worn down really fast. Because, like, here's the thing. If it was mostly like this, we'd be good. But the moment that I start doing the stabs, right? The stabs are wearing out the tape on the tips and the stabs aren't working. So I can't do the stabs like I was doing before. So we're just having issues, like weird issues with the blades that I don't really know unless I have a ton of tape. It's the bummer with Bob, right? The bummer with Bob is we just kind of run into all these unforeseen issues. But it is what it is. Are you gonna play Marathon again? Probably not on stream, Dash. I mean, I've been playing a ton of Marathon. Use gaff tape. It's gotta be conductive tape. So the way that the setup works is that I stand on this piece of tape right here. The electricity flows through my feet, and then I have tape on the blade that's conductive as well, and then it registers to the tape on here that is wired to the device. If I use any other type of tape, the electricity won't flow through the tape. But see, some of it just... And that was a misfire of all things right there. But see, look at that, like, a lot of these stabs just aren't... It's in particularly the stabs. Some of them work. The chest seems like it is not liking me. Some misfires on the dodge. It's crazy because Bob weighs so much. This blade is definitely pretty sturdy. Played a bunch of Marathon as well. Nice, nice, nice. Why not use gaff tape and then cover the gaff tape and conductive tape? Does it still wear down? You mean to like create some kind of... I think it would still wear down the same. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Question is how much more tape? I could try. I could definitely try it. You could buy copper tape. Copper tape would work. I just don't know if it'd be more sturdy. I'll say to all the hating people, I've seen this guy for a bit now. He uses a multitude of different weapons in his sensor-based control set. Pretty cool in general. I appreciate it, Brandon. It's just part of streaming. You're just gonna get a lot of haters that come in. It's just part of the gig. Just thought about the dude where the "Where's my car" movie interrogation scene. Hey to Rest Sensei, good luck for the boss. Good live and good night, y'all. Perry, get some good rest. Ignore the noise, Sensei. Mink, I don't know if I said hi to you. Mink, welcome in. I would be interested in seeing you play Convergence mod on this setup. You're the best, Sensei. I appreciate that, Jiffy. I use ESD tape at work, too. It doesn't look like yours. I wonder how conductive it is. You don't happen to own a multimeter, do you? I do not. Actually don't know what that is. Fuck this guy, by the way. I'm done with him. I'm not gonna let myself lose the joy of this playthrough by being stuck on this boss. I would rather just go fight Loretta. Or Rolana. I know Lorana. I can't even say the names, dude. I know Rolana's gonna be more fun. I can remember where the door is. It's actually down here, isn't it? Like right here, past the Lord's Chamber. Dude, this camera on Bob, it's just, you know, I should have just skipped that boss to begin with. Alright, let's have some fun. What's your build? I'm curious when somebody asks what's your build in Elden Ring, like what is it exactly that they are wanting to know? Like what your stats are? I guess it'd be arcane. Stats? I guess arcane. Alright. 2 blades versus 2 blades. Oh my god. Dude, these misfires are so bad, man. My back arrow, okay. That's part of my problem today then. I can't believe it, dude! I cannot believe that I'm rolling on that. I'm gonna be honest, Dojo, since I put sand in Bob, the misfires have gotten substantially worse. Not a single attack. The face isn't working again. Because the wire fell out. That's what's going on. That's why I'm getting misfires. About to retire from Bob, dude. About to retire from Bob. Say, hey Dojo, we did it. We got our win. I never want to play on this rig again. Until we get like a professional engineer to make a bulletproof Bob. Just so much more stress than anything else with this rig. And I just really want like streams to go smooth. What kind of tape are you using? I'm using, it's just normal conductive tape. Like if, I think that's just what it's called, is conductive tape. Put it off Amazon. Okay. The Bummer Dojo, I think a lot of my tape has just gone bad. Might be one of those situations where I need to take all the tape off the DDR pad and just replace all of it. Because my movement, I don't think you guys have noticed, but my movement has been not working. Like, look, right here. Right here, I am pressing the back arrow. So my back tape has gone bad in a couple spots. Like right there is the center of my back pad. And I'm getting nothing. I have to step down lower or higher.
We go way back. I've known that guy since he
Sweat
was a
yesterday
little
probably
kid.
had a longing effect.
He used to think I was a stuffed animal.
Sweat from one stream shouldn't do it, but I definitely think multiple have gotten this thing worn down. The back pad isn't working right. Which, when I'm trying to roll backwards in the game, sometimes I just am like this. I don't know if you guys have noticed me just going like that instead of dodging. It's crazy because it's really just one spot, but it's just a spot that I guess I keep touching. So yeah, we'll be in the fight. That won't work, and then I'll just start going like this. Hippie, get some good rest. Appreciate you being here. Terrible stream. I won't disagree with you. I won't disagree. It's a bummer that this stuff isn't working so smooth. I've definitely seen the dodging instead of attacking misfires happen so many times. Oh, because you sweat a lot yesterday? Crazy, because yesterday went so good. How are you doing this, Magic? Is it wearing off from holding it? There's definitely a friction effect, and there's definitely a sweat effect. And the more sweat and friction that happens to this tape, the less it works. All right, YouTube, TikTok, adios amigos.